Hello everyone, Siege Link here, back with the next game. And we're going to be sending in Selbster. In a TVT, and it's going to be on Triton, which means Eternal Empire is going to be the last map, if Selbster can take a game here. He's done BC Rush twice now. He didn't ultimately do it the game against me because he didn't have the money because of my Reapers, but he's done it twice in a row now. I would be very surprised if he did it a third time in a row, because this is a build that if you know exactly what your opponent's doing and you know for certain your opponent's doing it, it loses. It basically just flat out loses, because you just send like 5, 6 Marines. You kill the starport, the BC doesn't come out. What are you gonna do? Like, sure, Warhawk's reaction was poor there, and he was able to do quite a bit. But even if he didn't have a BC, he could have done something because of Warhawk's poor reaction. But even then, it would have been very hard to do so. Like, this is a build that if you know for certain it's coming and you know exactly what the build is, it basically can't do anything if you react properly to it. So even though I'm expecting him to do a different build, it's very possible he does the same one. So in the bottom right, looking to all kill this team, or get close to all killing it, FlreBird. And the top left, FlreBird, better known as Selbster. And it looks like we're going to be having a proxy here. No need for the random pings. Given the timing of the SCV pull, I don't think this is going to be Reapers. Yeah, there's no gas guys yet, and he's not making any SCVs, so this is definitely going to be just flat out Marines. Proxying Terran is actually, TVT proxy is basically like the worst matchup to proxy, pretty much. Especially this build, because if they SCV scout, all they do is build a bunker, and it's impossible to get past them. And he is going for an SCV scout. In fact, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same dude. He was like, wait, why did I send my SCV out here? Well, I don't actually know, dude. But yeah, if you build another barracks, ooh, this actually might. It could be Reapers, but the gas is a little late. Yeah, he's gonna make Reapers. Okay, he knows he's facing a proxy, so he definitely should not be building a CC here. If you realize you're facing a proxy, never do that. Also, he really needs to wall here. The wall here is nice, but yeah, this is actually kind of funny. This is actually going to do very well. Yeah, he definitely needs to wall off here, especially because he doesn't know if it's Marines or Reapers. Bunker timing is a tiny bit late, but it's going to barely happen as long as he gets it in there. Yep. And he's lost both the SCVs. I did full wall there, but he can go around. And that's why he really should have walled off here. His Reaper micro is a little poor, but because this is 2 racks, all he needs is 1 Hellion. If he had 3, 1 Hellion wouldn't really be enough. Yeah, with these Marines or with these SCVs just standing here, he needs to definitely either send them back to mine or fight with them. He's gonna send them back to mine. He's gonna have a Hellion, so he is in a good spot to hold this. But it's just a matter of a micro battle. If he messes up his micro for 1 second, he can definitely lose. He's getting a factory back behind it, and it's 1 Reaper to 3, and he's not built a bunker here, so he can just jump up on that location. So personally, if I was him, I would just hold command my units here, because I can see, if you look at his vision, he can see this whole ramp. The only area he can't see is right there. Salvaging the bunker, I don't like though, because he's kind of under the impression that oh look, dude, it's failed, so therefore you should stop doing it. You don't know that for certain, especially because it's not actually been very decisive in your favor. I definitely agree with the CC and starport play, but salvaging the bunker I definitely think is a little early, especially because it only gives you 75 minerals. That's not like an insane amount. It's not like something you absolutely need. But now that he sees the barracks, he does know that it's over with. So starport is actually quicker for Selbster, and he CC's a lot quicker for Selbster as well. But his is not on location, so you can kind of like add like pretty much like 30 seconds because it's actually pretty far away. He's not making anything though. Okay, he's gonna go medevac. I do actually like that play a decent chunk. But in this case, it's not going to work out too well because he's going to go Cyclone. Okay, it looked like a misclick on the add-on there. So yeah, not perfect micro, but definitely decent micro from both players here. I would love to see a little bit of a repair on the Hellions, just for a single second. Yeah, definitely needs to move that over. Yeah, he's going to make a Cyclone of his own. And he's seen the medevac now. So personally, I wouldn't even really want to go for this anymore now that he's seen it. Yeah, he's going to lose the CC. He's going to send all 4 of his Reapers across, which is, I think, a little bit of a bad play because he has a Cyclone, he's got some bio, and he's also got a medevac. So Reapers won't really do too much, especially because he's making more guys. If he wasn't making any more units, then the Reapers might be able to do something. Really weird building placement here. Usually you do vertical, but he's doing sideways. This is a funny little snake, but yeah, with the second factory, it shows that he wants to go into mech, and looks like it's actually going to be battle mech here. He's going to get cloak, so this is looking like battle mech with speed banshees. I've seen a lot of different versions of battle mech. His boost's definitely a little late, but didn't lock on there, so he's going to get away with some units. And even though he didn't kill an insane amount, he did prevent a lot of mining time. And because his CC is quicker, he has a worker lead, plus like that 15 seconds of lost mining time. That's going to add up quite a bit. His opponent's got Hellions, and he's going into a battle mech. And even though it's not as bad for battle mech compared to other forms of mech you basically just can't do if you're on 2 bases. You need at least 3. And currently neither is on 3 bases. Oof. Yeah, that's why Siege Tanks just hard counter Reapers. Late reaction from Selbster, though, and that's going to cost him quite a bit. But he is still in the worker lead. I'm really surprised he's kept that medevac alive. And actually, hold up a sec. He's got 1 Cyclone. He says he's got 21 armor supply. Where's the armor supply? He's got 2 aliens there. Okay, he's got 2 Cyclones main base. That was it. I was like, you definitely do not have 19 armor supply from 1 Cyclone. Where's the rest of your stuff? Barely managed to get it there. Yeah, as long as he sieges this tank, he should be in a fine spot. But he's not. And that's something I've seen too much, I think, is people forgetting to siege up their tanks. In fact, it looked like he unsieged that one for a sec. If I was him, I would personally scan the main base. Because you don't know what you're facing right now. Actually, he might. He actually did see the little horizontal thing, but surprisingly, he barely didn't see the factory. If he did, that would be a huge tell. Okay, he's seen that now, so he knows his opponent's going into battle mech. Battle mech in TBT is not actually that good because of how good siege tanks are. And it looks like he's just going to attack right on. That's actually not a good choice because he doesn't have stim pack. If he had stim pack, that would be different. But as you can see, he lost all of his bio and didn't really kill that much. He could have actually killed all that and lost pretty much nothing. But instead, he lost all of his bio and almost came close to losing and almost killed everything. But that's kind of okay because siege tanks are the most important. The only problem is, well, there's actually 2 problems. One is that his support unit that he's going for is Banshees. The second thing is that he's stuck on one barracks. It's almost a 9-minute mark, but it's about the 9-minute mark by the time he's going to get 2 more racks. His opponent's got 4 factories. Doesn't even have a 3rd base yet, and Selbster is just getting his barracks up now. So yeah, the production from both players has been very late, which is kind of surprising given the fact that, I mean, sure, there was a proxy, but it was kind of, it wasn't in, he kind of transitioned off it kind of early. But yeah, look at this. He's got basically just tanks, and you can't drop with just tanks because then you can just pull workers, and then because they're in melee range of the tanks can't really do anything. Sure, they can maybe, if they're spread out a little bit, they can fire on each other, which will also kill some SCVs, so it'll be kind of a trade. Didn't build a turret in each mineral line. He's barely going to get the Banshee, and that's very important, because if not, that would have been very, very bad. But yeah, you definitely should build a turret on each mineral line, especially when you know you're facing Battle Mech Banshees, because Battle Mech Banshees, you just keep making Banshees, Banshees, Banshees. And if you have a turret in each mineral line, or a turret like here and here, like right next to each gas geyser, they basically can't do anything. So yeah, definitely a good choice there. But yeah, I mean, the mech player has more production than the bio player does, and he's not even lifting that. Like, personally, it would actually be more important for him to kill the production than the workers right now. He is also behind, though, surprisingly. Yeah, this is the thing. He's got 2 Marines, and the rest is just siege tanks. He is going to kill a decent chunk, but it wasn't exactly the best trade. Doesn't have any air-to-air, anti-air. And this is something that generally, as a Terran, you shouldn't do. You shouldn't build your barracks and then lift them to build the add-ons. You need to build them, you need to SimCity them while you're building them. So as you can see here, he can't actually build an add-on here because it's blocking. So he has to lift it up and then start doing it.
Additional supply depots are required.
So this is surprisingly a close game despite both players playing quite sloppy. He's got some units right here. The thing that surprises me about my team is that I've seen so many times them stare right at something, like SCV's not mining for no reason, and then not reacting to it. Like, he's got some guys here not mining, but that's not really helping. Also, the siege tank, this is not in range of really anything. Like, it's on the high ground, sure, so if you lift this up and put it there, it's fine, but also, he's not building a supply depot here, and his guys are blocked here. He doesn't even realize this. Okay, please, 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 Selbster. You have to realize this. No, 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 no. Selbster, please. You have tanks. Selbster, you were looking at it twice, dude. You have tanks, 3 tanks doing nothing, please. Please recognize it, dude.
Add-on complete.
So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You should just build a turret in each mineral line, because then they don't do anything. Selbster. Lower the supply depot! You're staring right at it! You're staring right at 3 tanks doing nothing! Oh my gosh, Selbster. You've...
More shoebox
Sel...
depot thingies needed.
I can't handle this. I legit can't handle this. If he had tanks here, this would be doing nothing. Nothing whatsoever. He's losing this game because he stared right at it like 5 freaking times and didn't notice. How? How? Oh my gosh. Also, you need to... Here's the thing. Most people are like, oh, turrets are really bad because they're static defense. 1 turret in each mineral line completely shuts down Banshees. 1 turret costs 100 minerals. Banshees not only cost more minerals, they cost over 100 gas to make. Okay? If you build 1 turret in each mineral line, Banshees get no kills. And if you don't, they'll get an insane amount of kills, like they're doing right now. And also, he's wasted like 4 scans trying to kill them, and he hasn't killed them. Because the Banshees can just walk out of scan radius. And again, he's never had enough bio because his barracks were so late. This is beyond cringy. Like, he's struggling to defend this because all he needed to build was turrets. He's got no detection, and he's got no anti-air to deal with it. His production was super late. His siege tanks were blocked. His building placement was horrific, and that's what caused that. Like, this is the problem. His siege tanks literally can't get by. His siege tanks would have to, like, go around here. I don't think they can get through there. They can't get through there. They would have to go all the way around like that. Surprisingly, this isn't over. He's way behind in workers, and he's a base down. But if his opponent just walks a bunch of guys over there, he's fine. He's fine, but yeah. He's going to go for a big drop. Even though I like this, it's going to turn out to be kind of siege timing here. I deeply hope he does not pull back. Do not pull back, dude. Your opponent's got a bunch of cyclones. Do not pull back. Just boost again across the map. Go for a big strict. Please. You know your opponent's going battle mech. You know he's not going to have siege tanks. Thank you. And it turns out he actually is going siege tanks behind this, which is very surprising, given how well battle mech has done for him. And he's also blocked his units in. Like, bro. And yeah, his cyclones are actually so low that he's actually going to be able to do some work. He needs to move the medevacs away. But he's not. He is looking at them, but he's not actually moving them. He's also unsieging his tanks, which is also a bit of a mistake. Okay, he has survived on his side of the map, which is very surprising, but he's lost a ton of his workers. And again, just a lot of newbie mistakes from him. Like, I think the biggest mistake from by far was not. He had 3 siege tanks, and if he had those siege tanks, he doesn't lose any of his marines. Like, he lost like something like 100 marines during over at this third base, and he wouldn't have lost any of those. And also, not making the turrets when you're facing battle mech and you see multiple banshees, you know your opponent's gonna keep making banshees. Like that's like the if you facing battle mech and you see a banshee, they're gonna keep making banshees. That's just a rule. And if you're not building turrets, you flat out deserve to lose. Like right here, he can just cloak and then move away. And even if the banshee dies, he used up a scan, and that's cost effective for the banshee. So yeah, this is gonna be game. FlreBird basically can't lose at this point. Honestly, with given his mineral and bass and a bank count or mineral and gas count, I would put like 4 factories down and put reactors in all of them and make like 12 Hellions at once and just go mass Hellion, which would actually work here because he doesn't actually have that many siege tanks. And didn't realize that base was on fire either, so didn't repair it, and now he has no factory. Ugh. Personally, I don't think this is as bad as his last game. It's actually kind of funny. Both the games he played very poorly were both the last games of the past 2 that we've played. Interesting. I don't actually think that he's played quite a bit before, and I don't think he's played this poorly in the past 2 times. Yeah, that's gonna be it. FlreBird obliterating our team, quite frankly. And funnily enough, I actually did the best versus him, despite me getting caught off guard the most by what he was doing, it seemed. So, yeah, that's gonna do it. And I'll see you guys next game.